Viene. Soy el agente general de Regent en Argentina y tengo el placer de darles la bienvenida esta tarde-noche aquí. Le doy la bienvenida a Patricia Schulz para que nos lleve a viajar por estos próximos 50 minutos. Disfruten de este viaje.
Buenas noches, señoras y señores. Es un honor y un placer haber sido invitada a Buenos Aires, una de mis ciudades favoritas y uno de los lugares que hay que ver antes de morir. Y antes que piensen que voy a continuar en español, I have just exhausted my vocabulary in Spanish. Thank you very, very much for coming. I'm so happy to be here, and I thank Regent for making that possible and to be associated with such a wonderful element of the travel world. I think it's safe to say that I love to travel, and I hope that you know something of the book. At least the name means something. The book came out in 2003. I met a wonderful editor of a publishing house in New York, and we discussed this idea of a wonderful mix of well-known places, totally unknown places, places around the world, places in my backyard, which is New York City, places that are on the other side of the world, maybe that you've only dreamt about, but hopefully will someday be part of your itinerary in life. This is no rehearsal. There is no second chance. You talk, you plan, you talk some more, you wake up, you're 100 years old. And as my aunt has always said to me, the only thing you want to see at that age is the view from your window. So the idea of the book was to get people off the couch, to get people out the front door, and to open people's ideas to the possibilities that there are. Because often we think that maybe our bucket list is just a few places long, but no, it's thousands and thousands of places long. It was a challenge for me to choose just 1,000 places, and it was also a challenge for me this evening to choose just 28, 30 places that are my favorites. This is the quote that I chose. It's an ancient quote and it's universal, and that's why it resonated in me, especially the 1,000 places. Better to see something once than to talk about it 1,000 times. It belongs to my friend from Mongolia. It was told to him as a child. There's another quote I would have used from a woman that I met in Machu Picchu. She was 90 years old. It was her first trip outside of America. She decided to do the difficult trips first to get them out of the way. She was given a book for her 90th birthday from her children and her grandchildren, all of whom she put through college, 6 of them. And they gave her a book with a bow and a yellow highlighter to choose the places in the world she would like to go, any place in the world, and they would send her there for her 90th birthday. And we met in the lobby of my hotel, and she said, perhaps you've heard of this book. It's called 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. So, the quote she left with me is one I would have used had I not already chosen this, and her quote was, "You know, dear, your needs have expiration dates." And so do we. So you're never as young as you are today. You don't know what the future holds. Carpe diem, grab the moment, make it happen, make it a priority. Life is short, life is precious. Travel is precious. We can travel, we forget that we can travel. Sometimes it's a hassle, difficult to get a visa, but we can get them. We can get passports, we can get on a plane with very little problem. So my 30 places, 25 places, I start with one of my most recent trips, because they always say your most recent trips are your favorite trips because they're still so vibrant in your memory. From the same piece of rock, it's intricate and elaborate with vaulted ceilings and pillars, columns, each one more decorative than the next. They don't know why they were built underground. They don't know how they were built 1,000 years ago, so I won't try to explain it. And the people who are dressed in white are Christians. They're Orthodox Christians who are coming to worship. They walk for miles and days and hours and sometimes weeks for the big holidays in the church. There are 11 of these churches. Fragile. This before you die thing, somebody from a very prominent publishing position told me, great idea for a book, do not use the word die on the cover. Do not use the word dead. It will never sell. People won't buy it. He was wrong. People understood that the book is not about dying. The book is about living. It's about embracing life. It's about living life to the fullest. Whatever makes you happy, that are almost like earth art. Lovely people, great cuisine. Bali is not a country. It's one of 17,000 islands that make up Indonesia. Incredible cruising waters, because it's a seascape that is unlike anything else I've ever seen. Myanmar, Burma. Go now